Is it working? Okay. Hi guys. Welcome back to some more Disco Elysium over here. Apparently we ended up in the harbor after we picked up our... I wanted to pick up our police cloak and didn't know that would lead us into the harbor, but it did, so now we have to deal with that.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Evrart. Evrart, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost?
Such a
You're
nice
not one
chap.
of them scabs, are you?
Oh, of course not.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
yes.
right.
Born and raised in Arish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then.
He's Irish. How about that?
People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot.
Oh,
I just want you to
God.
know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Well, thanks
Thank
for
you
confirming.
clarifying that, sir.
What are you doing with the
Oh,
containers?
I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core. There appear to be cisterns underneath the Union container covers.
It looks like a massive redecorating operation.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Has anyone told you why you need to change the covers?
No, not really. Mr. Evrart doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I go and tell them to everyone.
Nah. What is underneath
Oh, I
the
don't know, mister. They say it's some chemicals. Most of them have
chemicals?
labels on them, I think. Oh, no trouble
Okay.
at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Where is everyone? The harbor is
Oh,
empty.
most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
That's a long-ass
So no
strike.
one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Evrart is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Evrart sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
Mm,
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Evrart telling them to take some time off.
2 months. Who's paying rent? Yeah, fair point. That's the difficult part with unionizing nowadays, is that, you know, while you're striking, you're not getting paid. Unions do have some spare money, so you can claim some expenses from the union, but it's not gonna be much. Definitely not 2 months worth, I don't think. Did they kill someone?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking.
He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in their right mind would tell him?
Is there a necessity? Fuck them corporation. I agree. That's my boy Kovac right there. Do you work
yes,
here?
Yes, everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But
Leonard
everyone
Bellick.
calls me Leo.
Nice.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Evrart is away.
Nice.
Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
A
Who is
lady.
this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those douce sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio.
Oh, okay. They go on for way too long.
But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Evrart put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Law school.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood, knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids.
Oh.
Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she has.
So Evrart trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely. If you didn't shine the bossman shoe. I think you're doing a great job around
Yes,
here, Leo.
this place really seems to run like clockwork. Keep it up, Leo.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust my ass for them here. But you guys are alright.
Oh yeah, the note that we found earlier. Wrote the note to make more banners.
Yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was it about the
I've been
borscht?
taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started.
Right. Okay.
It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
By taking this soup to the men, is it for
Yes,
striking?
yes.
Yeah.
I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Who
Oh,
makes
the
it?
whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Makes you all warm inside. Get in fighting spirits.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
What's in the container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Fair enough. You know who's the leader
Oh,
of the
you want
union?
Mr. Evrart, then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Evrart and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
This is not. Oh, he wanted to go into the horror story. It's okay. I just want to know where I
Mr.
can
Evrart
find.
is where he always is. In his office, of course.
2 joint containers on your right.
Bye-bye now.
So over here. Oh, finally a pleasant chap to talk to. It's nice hanging out with Leo. Okay. So I'm gonna go chat with the union boss, huh? It's always doing fine. There he is. Boy, he is hunched up and working, isn't he? Taxidermy fish that tells the time.
Before you is a walrus of a man.
Oh
Seated behind
god,
a
what is
large
that
desk.
face?
He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply
I am
stares
staring and
at you with a
sitting
mixture
like
of
that.
expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Du Bois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Du Bois? Is that our actual... It looks like a Reddit mod. That he's... we finally found out our actual name.
I'm Evrart Claire, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Right.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best.
Oh,
Forget about
boy.
that. What's with this Du Bois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling me Mr. Du
Please,
Bois?
Mr. Du Bois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
I do like to sit, but... I didn't save before this. Fine, I'll
Excellent, Mr.
take
Du
a
Bois.
seat.
I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
She gives you a sly wink. Damn, this chair is
So
uncomfortable.
tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Great.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
And novelty check on his desk.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Take and shove it up your ass.
Yes,
know,
I
Gart.
know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union
On
man
health
in
and
him.
dying to a
real piece
chair.
of work,
Yeah.
boys.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
Oh, it's cool.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo.
Right, we
gun,
lost our
lost gun,
gun.
lost gun.
Oh, shit.
The
Fine.
world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. Oh God, why didn't you think of this before? Cops have guns. Where's yours?
Uh-oh. Who cares if I lost my gun and the love of my life?
Fuck love. This is your gun. This is serious.
Good job, we took all the
Are you all right,
painkillers.
Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
I don't like this guy.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Took the novelty check. Gun was a surprise. The chair is killing you. We are.
Officer, we will deal with this later.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Not gonna cry about
Mr.
that.
Du Bois, you don't look so good.
Please.
What is this, Mr. Du Bois? He keeps repeating.
Oh,
What
they're
is he
heavy.
trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down.
Mr. Du Bois! Mr. Du Bois! Harry!
No, Fick, you're in a stupor. Oh, Aries, let your mind go
Mr.
to the
Du Bois,
safe space.
Are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow. In a kind of throw-in motion. Like you're throwing that Mr. Du Bois act right back at him. He's Mr. Du Bois.
This chair is
What an
uncomfortable.
odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Harry Du Bois.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
Only Mr. Du Bois.
Of
why?
course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow
Big
like a
fat
river of
folder.
honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done. It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
What kind of cop does
Harry,
it say I am?
You're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. You're a superstar.
I like about you, Everett. You
Of course
get me.
I do, Harry. And I'm gonna help you shine. I'm gonna put you on all the big stages. Your name in giant neon letters. Harry Du Bois.
He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activity in Martinez.
But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay.
He doesn't really seem to know any more about it.
That is my
It's
full
Harry.
name.
Harry Du Bois.
Raphael Cousteau. I don't really like it.
Fine, Harry. You can even be Harry Raphael Du Bois de Costo, or whatever you choose to be. Mr. Kitsuragi doesn't seem even slightly empathetic to your memory loss, Harry. I, however, wish to help you any way I can. Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
I'd be a
Well,
wonderful father.
Yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day, Harry. Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue.
As you look at the folder, Evrart covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name
Right.
from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Ha!
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
I'm talking to you about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is
Hey,
connected
we
to the
leveled
struggle.
up!
So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me,
I sense there's a but.
but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
Are we door
I'm
opening
not
machine?
sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Why don't you open
Harry,
it
I'm a
yourself?
very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do.
We don't have
You
it
look
either.
like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose
Oh,
door
no
is it?
one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
It must be... Maybe it's like a scab from the strike. What do you
A
mean
loud
by...
blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
But you don't even know anything
Harry, my
about
dear
it.
friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Fine.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Aren't you gonna ask me how I got
Harry.
in?
Honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age.
I too am surprised by the seriousness and leniency of this tool I've been provided with.
Yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressed. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
What about the shady
I don't know
brew?
what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all.
The
You know what?
borscht.
Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Could he?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Well, that'd be blackmail with this gun business.
Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood.
First thing you'll do when you get your gun back.
Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I feel like the conversation could have gotten a little bit better. But I would have to replay to redo that. I'm not sure about that. Have any trouble with gangsters in the UK? No, I keep out of trouble. So, no, not really. So we can level up now. Could get our endurance up because it's like very low. Or what was the thing that we wanted to do but we couldn't? Was it like this? That's cop culture. Shivers, Half-Light. Savoir-faire. I think it was. Let's get endurance up. Alright, one special burst. Open the door apartment for Evrart. Come on. Why is it so hard to leave this fucking place? What the fuck? Oh my god. More strength. Yes! You got it. Let's save. Yeah, there is a quick save there, so I guess it's fine.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They could
Keep
only get so far before
getting
they're looking to
shorter.
get back. And no trouble at all, mister.
Nothing to talk, actually. Alright, well, that was quite something. The only thing I feel like we could have done different is like not accept the check. And try to do things that way. But yeah, not sure. Wait, how do we get down there? What is this?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête
It's
are
French.
faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. Marche. On. Arrête. Off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Okay. Oh boy.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it
So
was
funny
acted,
how we
and
can
now it
talk
will
with our
rest.
I
monologue.
can't see how that was worth the records, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
The crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
Did we press the wrong button? Oh, I guess we can go in the container here. Ah, more money.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
You do? Because I don't.
Why
There are a
not?
million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Maybe there's
There may
contraband.
very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Persuade the door to open. What? 3% chance. We literally can talk to the door.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body over
Now
my
is not
weights.
the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
After hours. Okay, fine. You guys are no fun. There was more junk over here. God damn it. Okay. Oh, we completely missed this. What the hell? Can you imagine the success? Talking the door open, huh? Yeah, that would have been crazy. Yeah, I should have grabbed this before I went down here. Now it's a little bit late for that. Oh, this is broken. That's why we can't go there. Okay.
The already familiar cold
Can try
touch of
this
plastic
again.
welcomes you. Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. You rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy. How may I help you?
What the
the
fuck?
voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows.
Rent film for
Video
home.
Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. You rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy.
Do you?
No. Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here. Maybe you call to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
Have everything on my name?
Let me fire up the machine. Du Bois. Du Bois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November '46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one. It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Zemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tried to come to
Wojak.
terms with the onset of dementia.
Oh
No wonder no
god.
one's been missing it. Still, it was would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
The call is terminated by the other party. You're left with the discomforting sound of the disconnect tone.
Amazing. Yeah, I missed some junk over here, like this fucking porn magazine or whatever it is, La Fumée. And then this. So we are indeed Harry. I liked my other name more, but what can I do? Oh my god, classes? Neat office shades. Oh, hold on, we got a bunch of junk. Photo of a happy couple. Novelty check. Constable rent, all of it. Postcard. Does reduce our drama. It increases our visual calculus. And then
The
this.
front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because
Antlers.
white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Really? I'm fucking. This is news to me. It's the first time I heard about that.
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to
Communards.
overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Ah. Thought the hammer is sickle. Yeah, obviously hammer is sickle, but it's possible there are multiple symbols. There's obviously the star. There's obviously a redo, like there's the hammer, sickle, and paintbrush to symbolize the artists as well, and the artisans. But the antlers, I didn't know about that one.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections. International developments, Kunst und Kultur, and
Kunst und
local
Kultur.
concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated their readership.
Sounds
So
like
please,
my YouTube
if
channel.
you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
I think this is a communist
What do you
magazine.
expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of them. This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara. Book riots in Yugograd. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to
What?
that. It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised
Bear
and
wrestling.
promoted by none other than President Kenajinski himself.
Ha.
According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV. Based on the description in this article, he appears to be an extremely competent and democratically elected president, Sapormat Sport
Yes.
Kanazinski, is well into his third decade as president of the SRV. Outside Samara, he's known for three things: brutal
Right.
repression of internal dissent, monumental corruption, and a near pathological obsession with physical fitness.
Sounds very familiar, doesn't it?
It's quite straightforward. A standard match features one man, or in some cases woman, against one bear. 2 competitors, 1 ring, 5 rounds, or until incapacitation. According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively.
Yeah. Fight the bear or or
This is
yeah.
the SRV.
The
we're
bear
talking
mauls
about.
them.
If you think those are the real numbers, there's probably a guy who wants to sell you a bridge in Lachette.
Yes, it's hard to fight a bear if you're out of
That's
shape.
very much the idea. President Kaczynski has long maintained that a strong body is the best defense against capitalist aggression.
Any chance this car case will take us to
The
the survey?
Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask?
I was thinking it might be fun to see a bear
They are
fight.
quite the spectacle, as I understand. I've heard they make the people in the front rows wear plastic sheets, on account of the blood, you see.
You flip back to
Right.
the front of the magazine. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur,
Arts and
must mean
culture.
arts and culture. Why they decided to title this one section in Volda is beyond you. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis
Makes
on deadly
sense.
motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
Who wrote
Oddly
this
enough,
stuff?
this article has 2 bylines: Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names. Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity.
That
Thus,
is
the
true.
so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a Fritta.
But you get to see them
And that
crash.
precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
I really am just in it for the violence. Yeah, I was never a big fan of racing games or watching racing. Yes, I did watch Formula 1 a bit when I was young, but kind of phased out
You
of
see,
it.
one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournée is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Orgiastic ritual of capitalistic action.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective.
This is really just a metaphor for life under capitalism.
You can still like it, Detective. Just because a couple of fools wrote an article doesn't mean it's true.
More niche genre than most.
If I
Yeah.
had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You
Ha.
flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents. Unsurprisingly, much of this
Local
section is
concerns.
taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike.
Right.
You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First, we take Martinez. Then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous. Here in capital could reach some reasonable accommodation. Huh, we can give our take over here.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed upward.
True,
It's
true.
The rentiers have been bleeding you dry. You really ought to find your own place one of these days. You flip back to the front of...
Well, that was very highly educational endeavor. Oh, this is where we... right. Okay. We went, I guess we went the right way. Oh, that was very confusing. And then there's like a way down here, and then a way down there, and a lot more ways, but we'll have to wait until next time. So hope you all enjoyed watching. Make sure you have a like, subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you next time. We're going to make It Has Stopped Working. Bye-bye.